Hello, Steady on here, and today I'm going to be talking about GUI tweening. So what is tweening? Well, tweening is basically a fancy term for moving GUIs in a certain way. You can move any GUI object, which is a text label, text box, text button, or frames, which is this. Or actually, I don't think it can move a screen GUI, but it can move everything that goes inside a screen GUI, right? So there are two. Well, there's three really, but there's two main types of tweening, right? So there's tweening the position of something, which makes it move from one place to another, and then there's tweening the size of something, which makes it resize in a certain way, right? And they both have different styles of tweening. And then there's also tween size and position, but we won't cover that in this tutorial, right? Because that's not very important for now. So we'll first cover tween position, right? And the reason I'm at this place is because I have put tween position in this place. I use it, right? So on this Teams GUI here, if I press citizen, then you can see it comes out and then goes back in and then respawns you, right? Well, that uses GUI tweening, and that uses position tweening, tween position, and sorry, I've just completely lost my train of thought. Alright, yes. So if you're going to do this without tweening, right, you'd probably do something like a for loop to make it come out. As you see, like, it comes out here and then goes back in, right? But the thing is, it's not just coming out and then going back in. There's also, it goes slowly out and then sort of speeds up and then slows down again as it goes away, right? And that's one of the great things about tweening, because tweening it does everything for you. You don't need to run the for loops. You don't need to make the for loops. You don't need to find out the position of everything. Well, you do need to find out the position, but you don't have to go through all that tedious, all those tedious for loops, right? So basically, with tweening positions, right? All you need is the end position that you want the thing to go to, and the time it's going to take, and then you choose the tweening style, and you also choose the you choose the tweening style, and you also choose the tweening it's called the easing direction and the easing style, but it's the same thing, right? So you can set how long it takes, you can set what it looks like, and you can set what direction it goes in, and then you also say where you want it to go. Um, so then there's also the same thing, but for sizes, right? And it has almost exactly the same arguments in it. So for tweening a size, it's got the same thing. It's got the position where you want to go to, the direction you want to go to, and the style of the thing and the time, right? But it changes the size instead of. Well, it's actually not the position you want to go to. It's the direction you want to resize in, right? Well, it's the size you want to go to, right? So some of the reasons you'd use tween size is, say you wanted to close it. Say you wanted a close GUI button, right? If you click the close button on the GUI, it makes the GUI go to 0, right, of size, and then the GUI is closed, right? Or say you wanted, I used to have something here where when you put your mouse over here, these go slightly smaller and then come back out when you move your mouse off them, right? And you can use tweening for that. So let's go into Studio, and we'll actually use some of this stuff, right? So I'll just, sorry, I'm just gonna, okay, right. So I'll just make a GUI first. Let's make a screen GUI, and we can make some examples of tweening. So tweening tutorial, call this. So firstly, we'll cover tweening position, because that's probably the one that most people are going to want to use, because you don't use the size one as often. So I'll call this test, right? I don't want to spend too long naming stuff, because then you'll just get bored. Okay, so then I'll make the size something like, I don't know, 0.5, 0.5, so that's exactly half of the screen on both sides, and then I'll put it in the middle. I have this plugin which lets you put it in the middle. There we go, right. So now I've got this GUI in the middle of the screen, and so I can now use tweening on it, right? So if I wanted to, I'm going to use a local script, but you can use a normal script. I like to use local scripts in GUIs because it means you can get the local player and stuff like that. So firstly, we're going to define the frame, so the test frame, which is, I'll call it local test, is script parent test, right? And then, yeah, that's actually basically, well, I think we should set it so that if someone clicks on it, it closes, right? So I'll put a close button. I won't actually make it in the side or anything like that, I'm just because I can't, because that's just a waste of time. But I'll put a close button that you can click and it will close the GUI, right? So I'll just put close inside it, and this should close the GUI, right? So we'll put a on clicks thing. So script parent, what is it? Test text button, and mouse button one click. Mouse, yep, that's right. And then sorry for that. Almost put a capital in front of connect. Okay, and then we'll put what do we call it? Close GUI, right? So then we're going to have a function called close GUI. And then this is where the tweening comes in, right? So test. Wait, hold on. Let me think about this. Yeah. Okay. Test tween position. So this is the test is the frame, of course. And then we're going to put a I don't know how you say it, udim2 new. So this creates a position, and and then we put where we want the frame to go to. So if I want the frame to go off the page, I'll probably put -25. Say, wait, I put it the wrong way. I'll put it minus 0.5 there, right? So I want it to go to this position, right? So all I need to change is this value actually, and I'll put this back in the middle. So that means that there and then, oh sorry, yeah, okay. So -0.50, -0.50, right? So that's the position you want it to go to. Then you've got the tweening style, and there are lots of different styles. So I'll open up the wiki page so you can see the different styles here. So I've got the wiki page here. So we've got easing direction, which is the direction of the easing, so you can have it going into the screen, like coming onto the screen, going out of the screen, which is the one we're going to use, and then in and out. I don't really know what this does, but I haven't tested that, but I'll test it some other time. Okay, so then we've got easing style. So this is all the different styles of easing, and there's a GIF here which shows you what they all look like. So this one is just direct. This one sort of speeds up slightly, and then this sort of bounces. This is the one I used on my team GUI I showed earlier. So on this one, I think we'll use elastic because it looks pretty cool. Right. So the first argument the first argument in the tween position is the direction of the tweening, right? So we're going to use out on this one, right? So 1. I don't know why I copied and pasted that. I can easily type 1. Okay, so 1, right? And then the second is the easing style. So which style are we going to use again? It was elastic, right? So elastic is 7. And then we're going to say how long we want the tweening to take. So let's say I want this to take 1.3 seconds, right? So let's test this out. I'm not sure if it will work. I probably made some stupid mistake. Let's find out if it works. Oh, well, it did work, but I'm not really sure why it went up in the air like that. That was kind of weird. Let's see, if I go minus... Ah, that's weird. What about -1? Still doesn't work? 1.5? Well, that's weird. It's not going off the screen. Oh, that's because I'm editing the size. Okay, ignore that. That was a complete failure moment. So what this should be doing is minus. Let me just check if it is going off in the right place. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I don't really know. Oh, I know why it is. It's because I put 0.5. Sorry. It should be 0.25. Okay, so it was working. I think we've got it a bit too fast, actually. So I'll put it on 3, right? 3 seconds this should take to close. So we'll close it and then... Oh, what? Oh, right, of course. I keep making stupid mistakes, sorry. Alright, so now we've got the GUI set up, right? So we're going to close the GUI now. And this will do it automatically. That kind of worked. It went off the screen in the wrong place again. I don't know why. That's because I've got it set to -0.25. How am I making all these stupid mistakes? Okay, there we go. Right, that worked. So as you can see, it's sort of shaked around in the side. And then if we wanted it to come back in again, we could just put an open button. I'm going to put it directly into the GUI actually. So a text button here. Why is it? No, I want it in there. Right. Oh, right. Oops. That's sorry. This is supposed to go there. And this goes there. Okay. Right. So this is going to be called open. And obviously, if I'm going to make this, I'm going to use a debounce because otherwise it won't work. So I'll put this in the. Okay. So we've got this here, and I'm going to make it 0.1 by 0.1. Right. This isn't meant to look that great, so it doesn't matter. Right. So then we've got 0.5 here. Wait, wrong way. Sorry. 0.5 here. And then we're going to open, make the text, I'll scale it, and call it open. Right. So this means that you can open it, and it's going to be invisible for a while. And on this one, I'm going to use a size, GUI size, right? So then I'm also going to define a debounce here. So local debounce equals false. Right, okay, so now if debounce equals false, then debounce equals true. Actually, I'm just going to say if debounce, that would make more sense. And I'm going to remove that. If debounce, then, yeah, okay, and then else. So debounce equals true. There we go, right. So we're saying at the beginning it should close, which is what we want to do. So we're going to first test tween position. And then, but if we want to open it again, it's not going to be the same button, is it? Actually, that's true. So I'll make a local function here. So only that button can only be pressed. Actually, I need to make the thing come out first. So I need to make this button change sizes. So I'm going to make it start off. Where's the visible? Here we go. I'm going to make this start off with the size of 0.0, basically, actually, right? And then it's going to tween size. I need to define the button. So local open equals script parent open, right? So then we're going to use open, and we're going to use tween size for this one. So open tween size, and this has exactly the same arguments. So this is now going to open up into the page, right? So if I want it to open up, it's going to go to this position, isn't it? It's going to go to this size, sorry. Let me just put an extra bracket here. Sorry. Okay, and then we're going to say, I'll use, I don't really, I'll just use in. Oh wait, no, it's in, isn't it? So that's 0, I think, isn't it? So if we're moving the GUI into the page, that is 0, right? So we're going to put 0 here. And then the style we want, so I'll use something else on this one. So what about back? Okay, so back is 2. And then we're going to say I want it to appear in 1 second. Yeah, so what's happened here? Of course, I forgot to put UD. Sorry, my headphones are turning off. There we go. Right, okay, so then we're going to put UDIM, new, and then we've got the thing there. Right, so we don't actually want this to happen here. Why am I doing it there? It should happen here. And also I should put the debounce on beforehand, not afterwards. Okay, so now when we close the GUI, the other GUI should open. Let's see. There we go. So this opens now, and then when we click that, after I've done this, when we click that, it should open. So then we're going to have a local. Oh wait, hold on. We'll just put it inside it. Actually, that makes more sense. So open mouse button, 1 click, connect, and then function. Right. Okay. So this function will only work when the GUI is open. So when it's clicked, we're going to make it go back to its old position, and we're also going to make it invisible. So this should be invisible, actually, really. There we go. So then we're going to say open visible. It's true. And then here we're going to close the GUI, so we're going to make that, and then we're going to say open visible equals false. And then we're also going to have to open the test GUI as well. So we're going to move it to the position it's in right now, because that's the position we want it to go to. and we're not going to use out, or we were going to use in. So we're going to swap that round. And then we'll also have to swap this one around as well. Okay. Oh wait, no, that one. Sorry. Actually, no. Yes, that one. Right. So then let's test this now. So you should be able to close the GUI. This opens, and then you click that. Oops, not working. This is slightly embarrassing. Ah, yes, of course. I've done this kind of stupidly, thinking about it. Okay, here's what I'm going to do instead. Okay, I'm going to say then connect, and then I'm going to say close GUI. So it runs the same function both times. I don't know if that's a good idea actually. Just thinking about it. Yeah, actually, I think the best way of doing this, make more sense, is this way. So now this should, when you click it, it will open the GUI. So this should work now. And then I also want to make it so that it will make debounce false. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's try that. Also, this whole model will be in the description on my website. I don't understand why it's not working. It should be working fine. So it's been clicked, and then it should make the open size. Yeah, it's done that. It did that, and then it's made it invisible, and then it should make the position of this there. So, but it hasn't done that for some reason. Why has it not done that? Let's have a look. So GUI, play there, tutorial, and we've got this. Right, let's have a look. So we close it. This opens, and then we click that. What happens now? That goes invisible, and now this should open. Oh, okay, it was actually working. I just didn't wait long enough. Okay, so now we've used both tween size and tween position in the same GUI. Right, let me think. Is there anything else I can show about this? So I guess yeah, that's all of the that's the whole tutorial. Okay, well this model here, I'll just publish this to Roblox now. This will be in the description on my website link. There'll be a link in the description for my website, and on my website will be this full tutorial in different words. So if you didn't understand this, you'll understand the website, hopefully. And it will also have some images and stuff like that. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. You can also read the article on this on my website, and this has all of the code I've used in this video, and it also has what you're supposed to put in which area. So it has tween position. It also has the tween size, and it also has a wiki link if you want to read from the wiki. It has a link to the model, and also has this video on it as well. So you can also comment if you're confused about anything. So if you want to, if you still don't understand, or you want to get the model or something like that, just go to the link in the description, which will be the article, and you'll be able to get the model, read more about it and stuff like that. Okay.